So Kristen Gillibrand, the senator from New York, and Stacey Abrams, the former I should say, gubernatorial candidate from Georgia, who is also really trying to just suck up to Joe Biden at this point because she's really thirsty to be his VP. They were both pretty big proponents of the whole Me Too movement, of taking these, sexual assault or rape allegations or sexual harassment allegations, very, very seriously when it suited them politically. So both of them, were really, adamant during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings that, we need to believe Dr. Christine, Blasey Ford. We need to investigate that as thoroughly as possible. This is a really serious thing. We shouldn't rush through it. But now they both are big supporters of Joe Biden, and guess what, their morals, their support of the Me Too movement, their support of women coming out and telling these stories and giving them the time of day has completely vanished. So unfortunately, both Gillibrand and Abrams have been shown to have really no type of moral or ethical compass, and they're willing to say or do anything that they think will increase their chances or standing within the Democratic Party. And Abrams in particular, again, she is vying to be the vice president on a Biden ticket. So this is just some quotes in their own words. This is from Senator Gillibrand back in 2018 during the whole Kavanaugh process. This process is sending the worst possible message to girls and boys everywhere, Gillibrand said in her speech. It's telling American women that your voice doesn't matter. It's telling survivors everywhere that your experience don't count, that they're not important, and they are not to be believed. We are saying that women are worth less than a man's promotion. And now we have her now. What's her tune? Her tune has changed quite a bit. So when we say we believe women, when we say believe women, it's for the explicit intention of making sure, so now there's a huge qualifier in there, making sure that there's space for all women to come forward and to speak their truth, to be heard. And in this allegation, that is what Tara Reade has done, Gillibrand said. She has come forward. She has spoken. They have done an investigation in several outlets. Those investigations, Vice President Biden has called for himself. That's a bunch of bullshit. Obviously, Joe Biden would much prefer to sweep this under the rug as much as possible. He hasn't made any public statements. He hasn't come out. He hasn't been asked directly any questions about this very serious and troubling sexual assault allegation that's been levied against him by Tara Reade, and it almost seems like on a daily basis there's actually more evidence to support Tara Reade's claim that she was in fact sexually assaulted by Joe Biden. Back to Gillibrand. Vice President Biden has vehemently denied these allegations, and I support Vice President Joe Biden. Actually, to my knowledge, he hasn't, again, denied them publicly. It's been spokespeople. He hasn't spoken on this issue. He hasn't been asked one single question by a mainstream media outlet. That's hugely, disgusting and disturbing, and just shows what the, liberal media outlets like CNN, MSNBC, and all the rest aren't really concerned about the Me Too movement unless it serves them politically. And Kirsten Gillibrand is just another example of that. Let's see. Do we have any more here? Asked by reporters Tuesday, Gillibrand said she didn't see a contradiction between how Democratic lawmakers are handling Reade's allegations and how they handle allegations against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh by Christine Blasey Ford in 2018, which Kavanaugh denied during the congressional testimony. No, and I stand by Vice President Biden. He has devoted his life to supporting women, and he has vehemently denied this allegation. Again, what the fuck are you talking about? He hasn't denied anything. It's all been from spokespeople. Joe Biden has yet to utter a single word on this because he's not going to bring it up. He's not going to address it. And again, the mainstream media has completely dropped the ball and abdicated any type of journalistic ethics or morality, and have they've had many times to ask Biden about this during interviews, and yet they won't. And then we have these Democratic hacks like Kristen Gillibrand and Stacey Abrams running interference using the campaign's talking points, and just lying and basically saying that the New York Times has investigated it and concluded that this didn't happen. That's not true. And New York Times, after Stacey Abrams said that, because she went on CNN and was being interviewed by Don Lemon, and Stacey Abrams was like, well, there's already been an investigation done by the New York Times, and they concluded that these allegations are false, nothing happened here, which is actually complete bullshit, because the New York Times actually had to put out a statement and saying what Stacey Abrams was saying was basically bullshit. So that's Gillibrand again, all high and mighty, about Christine Blasey Ford's allegation against Brett Kavanaugh. And let's not forget, there is much more evidence now supporting Tara Reade's claim that she was sexually assaulted by Joe Biden than there was for Christine Blasey Ford. And again, we should always obviously take these allegations seriously, investigate them, to the fullest extent, because these are very, serious things to allege, either, being sexually assaulted, raped, sexually harassed, horrible, illegal, unethical, disgusting behavior, obviously. And so any type of those claims should be investigated. And that's what, Gillibrand was saying when it served her political interests. That's what she was saying when she was calling, Al Franken to resign. That's what she was saying during Brett Kavanaugh's, confirmation hearings. But, it's against Joe Biden, and I support him for president, and I have no type of, ethical, principles, and I just, do what makes sense politically. It's like, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, these are the type of people that we have in positions of power in the United States, because they're willing to say and do anything in order to get into those, positions. So, and then this is Stacey Abrams. After the courageous and compelling testimony in regards to, obviously, Kavanaugh, compelling testimony from Dr. Christine Blasey Ford yesterday, it is shameful that Kavanaugh's nomination is being rushed forward, Abrams said. I believe women. And I believe survivors of violence always deserve to be supported and have their voices heard. Doesn't seem like you believe women now, Stacey Abrams. You're, completely trying to dismiss these very serious and troubling allegations against Joe Biden. You don't believe Tara Reade, and you're lying about how the New York Times supposedly claimed, that they exonerated Joe Biden, that this supposedly didn't happen, which they didn't. So they actually, again, they offered a retraction. And again, so Abrams, Gillibrand, just shown to be completely corrupt, sellouts, Democratic Party hacks, again, who are willing to say or do anything to, increase their power or prestige within the equally corrupt and disgusting Democratic Party. This is another quote from Abrams. A Supreme Court hearing is a job interview for one of the most critical roles in our democracy. If there's even a hint of impropriety, let alone the credible allegations bravely brought forward by Dr. Ford, we should pause and thoroughly investigate them rather than rush forward. Definitely seems like you're trying to rush forward right now, as there is a very serious, incredible allegation against Joe Biden that's been levied by Tara Reade. And again, she had told her mom had confirmed it to other people, I believe. Her brother confirms it, a friend confirms it, somebody that she worked with in the a California senator's office after leaving, a state senator after leaving, Joe Biden's Senate office confirmed it. A neighbor confirmed that she told her about this. I mean, again, there's a lot more evidence to support Tara Reade's claim than there was Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. And now let's go to Stacey Abrams. Now, what's her take on this? I believe, quote, I believe that women deserve to be heard, and I believe that they need to be listened to. But I also see now here's the qualifier. Now it's changing. Before it was just, I believe women. But I also believe that those allegations have to be investigated by credible sources. Abrams, who is said to be on the short list to be Biden's running mate. Oh, there you go. No wonder why she has a complete double standard now and is shown to be a complete hypocrite, because she's trying to, get on Biden's good side to maybe become his VP. The New York Times did a deep investigation, and they found that the accusations were not credible, she added. I believe Joe Biden. Again, that's a crock of bullshit. The New York Times had to come out and issue a statement saying what Abrams was saying was bullshit. Let's see. This is from The Week. But a spokesperson for the Times on Wednesday said that the characterization of their reporting is not accurate. Boom. BuzzFeed reported on the existence of talking points being circulated by the Biden campaign that inaccurately suggest a New York Times investigation found that Tara Reade's allegation, quote, did not happen. The Times spokesperson said, our investigation made no conclusion either way. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, again, these are the type of people that we have in power in the United States, and, they're willing to support, women when they come forward with these, allegations of sexual abuse or assault or harassment when it serves them politically, like, it did during the Brett Kavanaugh Supreme Court nomination process, or, Gillibrand with Al Franken. And then now we see both Abrams and Gillibrand revealed to be complete and utter hypocrites. And it's, really disgusting that they don't have any type of, real moral values or, a moral compass, and they're willing to say or do anything to protect Joe Biden and get in his good graces and keep in the good graces of the corrupt, Democratic Party. And I mean, just disgusting to have no type of moral consistency on such a, important issue. And I mean, yeah, just disgusting.